If you guys want the fastest way to improve your aim, get some Control Freaks for cheap. Use code GOBLIN for 10% off and improve your aim today. Link in the description. Yo, what is up guys? It's the Goblin and welcome back to another Call of Duty World War II video. In today's video, it's going to be an episode in my How to Get Better at World War II series. Basically what this is you guys ask me questions down in the comment section down below, anything about Call of Duty World War II, and I answer it in the video and give tips and tricks. So hopefully you guys, this has been one of my most loved series on my channel. I started it in BO3, I did it in Infinite Warfare, did some more in BO3, and now we're on World War II. So basically ask me anything in the comment section down below. These questions I'm going to answer today are from my previous videos comment section, and I hope you guys will enjoy it. And let's go for 2,000 likes. If you guys can hit 2,000 likes, that would be absolutely amazing. Also subscribe to the channel if you guys are new. So first off, I have about 4 or 5 questions here from the comments, but I want to talk about something that I've just been thinking about, that I've been getting, a lot of different questions, people asking me, and people just talking about in general. Now, this thing is how to find more noobs, and a lot of people are thinking that there's skill-based matchmaking in this game, all that sort of stuff. Honestly, they have come out and confirm that there is no skill-based matchmaking in this game, that mitochondria confirmed that it is based off of your connection, and of course people are still skeptical about that, and people are running into a lot of tryhards on this game, and that's understandable. First of all, it's a boots on the ground game, so the skill gap is probably a little bit less than those advanced movement games. And the other thing is that with this game, there was basically that double XP, there was so much double XP turned on because they accidentally had it on, and that's why you might run into prestigers who are first prestige level 30, but in reality, without that double XP, they would be level 40. So you have to sort of remember that. Now, the best way that people can find newbie players and find people that, more casual players, so you can get these pub stomping gameplays, and people are going to say, why would you want to find noobs? Play against people your skill level and all that sort of stuff. But, that's an argument for another day. I want to talk about it because a lot of people want to be able to pub stomp and stuff like that. And the way that you can do that is in this Call of Duty game, casual players, when they go on to Call of Duty, they just keep clicking that X button until they get into a match. So basically, they're going to be picking from the game modes at the very top of the list. And in this game, it takes you default to the standard game modes. And the ones at the top of the list are TDM, War, and then Domination, which is kind of good and kind of bad. Normally, in all previous Call of Duty games, TDM and Free-for-all were the place to find noobs, and also as far as the, the way to find them is because those were at the top of the list. But as of right now, it's TDM, War, and then Domination, and Free-for-all is farther down the list. You can still find some casual players in Free-for-all, but because it's farther down the list, you will get a tiny bit higher percentage of tryhard players than you would in previous Call of Duty games. So as of right now, TDM is pretty much for every Call of Duty game the way to find the most casual players. Domination, you can find a fair amount of casual people. War, there is a ton of them, but however, War, there's no kill streaks, and it's more of a game where you can't really do much pub stomping in that one. It's a great way to farm XP, and War also does not count for your KD ratio. But as far as pub stomping, TDM and Dom are great game modes in this one, and that's basically how you can find more newbie players. Another way that people are running into more tryhards is the amount of times they're playing at. The more beginner players are usually on in the morning times. You're going to be connecting to local players because that's how connection-based, connecting works. And there is some sort of aspect of skill-based or level-based matchmaking in every game. But however, in this game, they basically confirmed that the connection is the #1 priority. That's what they said. So if you're connected to local people, the time where the more beginner players are on is in the early, like the morning time to the afternoon. A lot of people are playing at 3 in the morning or 11 at night and complaining that in hardpoint at 3 a.m. there's tryhards. Of course there's going to be tryhards. This game just came out. A lot of people won't be getting this game till Christmas, and that is just some ways you can find more of these beginner players. Of course, as the game is out longer, more people are going to be getting it. More casual players will get it for Christmas and stuff like that, and that's how you can run into more beginner players. So let's answer the next question here. Is how to get shot less in the back or the side. And don't say look at the minimap because I'm constantly looking at it or using this. I want other tips. Now, of course, looking at the minimap is a good tip, but you obviously seem to know that one already. How to not get shot in the back or the side all depends on your rush routes and where your back is facing. You have to be conscious about that. If you're running around the outskirts of the map, you physically cannot be shot by one area because people are not going to be flying off of the map, right? So basically, that's what you want to do is you want to keep if your back's to a wall, your back's to a corner, as campy as it sounds. Your sides are to the edge of the map. You can physically not get shot in the back or the side, and that's why if you play it like that and you play it smart, you will 100% get shot less in the back or the side. As far as other ways, you do have to run towards the middle of the map, and there's a lot of different crossroads in this game. For example, on a map like Point du Hoc, there's sometimes you got to look left and look right before you cross the street, so you can get caught out like that a lot. So basically, how to get shot less in the back or the side is you want to take your movements safe from head glitch to head glitch and have your back or your sides facing the outskirts of the map, facing a wall, or where your teammates are sort of covering them. And of course, you cannot rely on teammates to cover your back, but sometimes, you know, having a teammate there is better than having nothing, and that's a tip I would give for that. Next question, Gaming Savage. Hey Goblin, how do I win more gunfights? For some reason, ARs seem to be performing better in close range gunfights for me than SMGs. Am I using SMGs wrong or what? Now, this is a good question. This is something I was playing last night, and I was running up against this as well. Honestly, there's nothing you can really do about this except be pre-firing and be aiming down sights around corners to get that one up in these gunfights, as well as running rapid fire on SMGs, because you essentially need that because of how fast the fire rate is on these assault rifles. Now, this is not a personal problem for you. You know, this is just the M19 assault rifles, the bar. They're just so damn overpowered, and that's why they're going to be able to beat SMGs at close range. So the way you combat that is, number one, you slap some rapid fire on that SMG. It's kind of dumb that you have to do it because SMGs should be destroying ARs up close, but I think there are a balancing patch is coming out like tomorrow or sometime soon to, you know, balance the bar a little bit more and all that sort of stuff. But that's definitely one thing I would say with that. As far as, you know, aiming down sights around the corners, being ready for the gunfights, and just spraying people down, that's the only way you can get the leg up on the enemy. And it kind of sucks that that's the point that this game is at right now. But I think balancing is going to be getting better. And of course, the game just came out a couple weeks ago, so balancing is still a #1 priority. And they're still trying to fix all that sort of stuff. We've only had one patch, and it was sort of a minimal patch to the guns. You know, it just did some quick nerfs to the ARs, and they're still probably much better than the SMGs. Next question is, what is one of the best guns for when you start play? Now, this is a good question. Everyone usually goes for the early level guns. People usually gravitate towards the grease gun, which is fine. But honestly, I would say as soon as you have that PPSH, go straight to the PPSH because it is better than the grease gun. Grease gun can be good, but the PPSH and the M1941 assault rifle, those are your amazing level 1 guns because, of course, you don't unlock the bar till 52. You don't unlock the Type 100 till, I'm not sure, maybe level 20 or 30 or something like that. So that's the way that those are probably the top 3 guns for when you first get started. As far as running with those, honestly, the PPSH I think is still one of the best guns in this game. Definitely one of the best SMGs. So I would just, you can unlock that at a very early level with your unlock token, and just, you know, keep spamming that gun until you find other ones that you would like. Next question is, if I see an enemy, do I chase them? This is a good question. This is something that I struggle with quite a bit as well. Sometimes you want to, yes, sometimes you don't. Now, the key is you want to assess the risk. First of all, if you've hit an enemy with your bullets, you're probably going to want to chase him because he's going to be weak. Even if he lays down, he waits for you, you know, the classic Call of Duty move. You should be able to outgun him because if you've already made him weak, you know, you obviously have a huge health advantage in that fight. And the health regen takes a long time in this game, so as long as you rush around that corner within 5 or 6 seconds, you're good to go. But the other thing is, when chasing enemies, sometimes you can get shot in the side or the back because there's another enemy out of there. So you have to assess the risk factor. If, you know, you're way deep in their spawn, you shoot an enemy and he gets away, sometimes the smart play is just to let him go and try to get him later, because if you chase after him, there might be 3 other enemies spawning on you, and it can be super duper risky with that. So this all is, you know, assessing where you are on the map. If you're in their spawn, you probably don't want to chase. If they're in your spawn and you hit them, you're 100% good to chase, and you just have to assess the risk factor, and it's different situation to situation, but hopefully that will help you judge that. Next question from RD Gaming. Do you think it's worth prestiging the divisions? This is a good question. Honestly, I think you need to prestige the divisions 1 time each, because then you get a different gun for every single one, and you also unlock the ability to get a V2 rocket. So 100%, if you guys haven't done it already, prestige each division once. It's very easy to do. It takes about 2 to 3 hours of playtime with each one, and even quicker if you're able to, you know, complete some challenges for extra division XP and all that sort of stuff. And as far as prestiging past that, because you can go up to 4th prestige on each of these, I don't think it's worth it. The only reason you'd want to do it is if you want to get a little more XP and level up faster. So if you want to level up faster, then yes, it is worth it. However, by doing that, you're basically losing those perks that you get from that division until until you hit back to level 4. Now, to hit up to level 1 to 2 and 2 to 3 and 3 to 4 is fairly quick, so it doesn't hurt you that much, but you are going to have to play like 5 or 6 games pretty much without perks, which is very, very frustrating. So it all depends what your, do you value your score, your KD, your tryhardness, or do you value you're getting that quick XP and stuff like that. The rewards for prestiging it aren't very good. The only good reward is at the first prestige when you get the gun and the V2 rocket, and then at the last prestige you get a variant for a gun from that class. So if that's worth it to you, then you can go for it. I don't think the variants are super exceptional. I think they're just epic variants, and they're not the best ever, and that is 4 prestiges, so you'd have to grind. So it's up to you. In my opinion, I don't know if I'm going to be prestiging them. As of right now, I'm just sitting at first with each of those. So thank you guys for watching. If you guys could leave some questions down in the comment section down below, drop a like. Let's go for 2,000 likes. That'd be amazing. Sub for a cookie and don't looky. That's about it, guys, and I'm out. Peace.